So I ended up really liking talking about things that I'm currently into, and I thought it would be fun to talk about what I'm into now because everything has kind of changed a bit since we last spoke. So here are things that I'm currently into. Let's start down here. I recently went on a very long road trip around the Oregon coast and also a little bit of Washington, and I took my DSi XL with me. I decided to play through Kirby Mass Attack and also Metroid Prime Hunters. I actually have a Japanese copy of Metroid Prime Hunters, but I do have an English cartridge. I just kind of preferred the cover of the Japanese one. I won't lie. I kind of like that it's a little reflective. I don't think my camera really picks that up that well, but I think it was good preparation for Prime 4 because we will eventually get that release date. But yeah, this was basically my road trip companion, really. I feel like you can never go wrong with this. Like, it is so good. I have talked time and time again hyping this thing up. I love it. I love it so much. And also Prime Hunters, genuinely, I think Metroid Prime Hunters needs a remake. And like, I'd say remaster, right? Like, I mean, I really like the DS graphics, especially when they're just upscaled, like it looks really good. But let's be real, if they were bringing Prime Hunters to the Switch, they would have to remake that shit. I don't see a world where it wouldn't be remade from the ground up. And if they did somehow manage to just make it a simple little remaster, shit, I would take it. This game still looks so good. It has aged so good. And low-key, I think it's kind of a necessity. I think they need to bring this game back before Prime 4. I just kind of got that feeling, you know? Like, maybe we'll get like a Metroid Prime collection, right? Put all the games together, including Hunters, or maybe in a perfect world, they would make like a Hunters multiplayer, like free to play, and then you pay like a little bit for the campaign, and then, you know, free advertising for the Prime series while also giving us Nintendo's Quake Arena. It is perfect. It's right there. I don't see why they can't just bring it back. Oh, that's me. I don't see why they can't just bring it back. I think it will I think it'll be perfect. Just so I don't continue rambling for too long. Here I have GameCube games. So it is currently like pretty early July as I'm recording this. This is me kind of going over things that I got into in June. And I got into GameCube games in June. Now look, I know, Nintendo Switch Online is getting GameCube games. Why on earth would I be collecting GameCube games now? Because in all of my wisdom, I also bought a GameCube. It hasn't arrived yet, but I've been playing these games on my Wii. And you know, it's one of those times. It's one of those times where I just kind of want to, you know, play me some GameCube games. Spread it like cash, you know what I'm saying? Because this is a lot of cash. Now, this and also Star Fox Assault is basically all I have in my GameCube collection right now. It's very small, but very mighty at the same time. GameCube games are something that I really, really want to collect more of. It's so expensive. Like, I keep finding games that I really want on the GameCube on like the PS2 for like $10. And then I look it up for the GameCube and it's like $50 and I'm like, why? But these are the games that I picked up in June. I picked up Metroid Prime 1 and 2. I also have the third game for the Wii, but I love me some Metroid Prime. What can I say? Now, I have a confession. I have a confession because I've had people ask me to make a video on Metroid specifically because I have so much Metroid stuff. I'll admit, one of the only genres of games that I am so bad at is Metroidvanias. Now, you can catch me just absolutely devouring any Metroid content, anything about the story and the lore and the world and everything Metroid. But if you asked me if I completed a single 2D Metroid game, I would disappoint everybody. Now, Metroid Prime is a little bit different. However, don't go. I have so much respect for the Metroid Prime series. I love these games so much. Even if I'm so bad at Metroid games, I love these. I love Metroid Prime games so much. They're so good. So yes, I kind of felt you know, I kind of felt obligated to pick up Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3, and of course Hunters with Prime 4 around the corner. If you asked like anyone in my friend group how long I've been waiting for Prime 4, it has been a trip. I have been so freaking excited for Prime 4 to come out. Like, you literally just saw I've been playing Hunters. I feel like we're gonna get that release date soon if the release date hasn't already leaked on like Nintendo Today or something by the time this video is out. We are getting Prime 4 soon, and I hope it's sooner. However, you know, I've been back in it, you know, I've been really back into Metroid Prime and the world, and I eat these games up. I eat them up so bad. But recently, I made a TikTok that was a little too long for YouTube Shorts, so I did upload it as a regular YouTube video. I went to my local vendor mall. They usually have so many good retro games, but I didn't expect to find Kirby Air Ride and the 1,000-Year Door. If there's anything I want you to know about me when it comes to GameCube games, is I love the racing games on the GameCube. The GameCube had so many. They had a racing game for literally everybody, even Kirby fans. And I ate this shit up. I love Kirby Air Ride, and I am so excited that Kirby Air Ride is finally getting a sequel. It's so long overdue. I will be there day one to pre-order Kirby Air Riders when it comes out, and if Kirby Air Ride 1 gets ported to NSO, even better, now I got it in my backpack. But I have been playing quite a bit of Kirby Air Ride on my Wii and soon to be my GameCube, but I think Kirby Air Ride is perhaps a very underrated game. You know, hold on. Everyone's out here giving that Mario Kart World versus Sonic Cross Worlds argument when Kirby Air Riders is right here. Oh, Sonic Cross World is too expensive? Oh, Mario Kart World is also too expensive and just killed its online? We have the solution. If Nintendo's not gonna bring back F-Zero, we sure as hell have Kirby Air Ride. I believe in Kirby Air Ride, and I think Kirby Air Ride needs to be talked about more. But I think it will be. I think when Kirby Air Riders comes out, I think it's gonna be a hit. Low-key, it's just so good. This is such a good game. If you've never played Kirby Air Ride and you love racing games, even the silly ones, even the silly kart racers and shit, right? I know Garfield kart fans exist. I need more Kirby Air Ride fans out there. And Paper Mario the 1,000-Year Door? Paper Mario the 1,000-Year Door. Now, I actually bought this digitally on Switch. As you can see, it's my recently played game. And I'm about like 15 hours into the game, and I'm absolutely obsessed. I actually regret not getting a physical copy of the 1,000-Year Door, but the heavens blessed me at my local vendor mall, the physical copy of the GameCube game, and I snatched it immediately. It was actually right next to Kirby Air Ride, and I was like, this is just a sign. I admittedly, right, I know, look, I know I am a huge Nintendo fan, as it is very obvious on my channel. Nintendo games are something I've grown up with for so long, but I have to admit, Mario games specifically were not always around me. Like, I had the Mario spin-off games, right? Like, obviously everyone played Mario Kart, Mario Party, even the Mario sports games. But I never actually, as a kid, sat down and played the mainline Mario games. And I know Paper Mario isn't a mainline game, it's an RPG spin-off, but I have never played a Paper Mario game either. I've played the Mario and Luigi games. I love Mario and Luigi to death. It's probably my favorite Mario like sub-series, or maybe my favorite Mario sub-series where Mario is still a main character. But the 1,000-Year Door is my first Paper Mario game, and I am absolutely obsessed with it right now. This game is actually amazing. Like, I can't believe I've been missing out all these years, but I guess that's why they made a remake. I was apparently the demographic for the remake. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. I've been in love with it. I didn't think I'd like it that much, but I love the world. I love the writing especially. I feel like the writing is what really got me invested. Like, I didn't expect Paper Mario to be like this, but I love it. This has got to be the silliest game to ever silly. I love it. I love the 1,000-Year Door. And low-key, I feel very goofy for saying this because I feel like half the people watching have already played this game. But if you are somehow like me and you've never played the Thousand Year Door, I think we all have to lock in a little bit because I am obsessed and I cannot word that enough. I need you to believe me. I need you to trust and believe. Don't even look anything. If you are also like me and you didn't even know like jack shit about Paper Mario, right? Don't look anything up, just play. I'm playing this shit blind, by the way. Like, I truly knew nothing about Paper Mario until I bought the Thousand Year Door. And it was just because I was watching a ranking of Mario RPGs on YouTube. And every single one was just hyping this game up. And I was like, you know what? You know what? I'll buy it. And I did. Twice! Alongside that, of course, I have my Switch 2 and I have Mario Kart World, which was a digital thing, so it's not as cool. I can't fling my copy around like I've been doing with other. Mario Kart World, I still really like it. There's a lot of controversy right now over the online in the game. And while I haven't really been playing the online a lot recently, which is kind of crazy because I really only play Mario Kart for the online, the open world is really what I've been sinking all my hours in. I absolutely love the online. I love just driving around, you know, putting on a good YouTube video, kind of doing whatever, because I do that in other games like Forza, like the Forza Horizon games and the Crew and all that jazz. I love open world racing games, and it's just kind of scratched that itch, especially on a Nintendo system, so it's been good to me. But I'll admit I haven't been playing it as much lately, especially because I've been really into the Thousand Year Door, but it's still there for when I want to break, you know? I'm still having fun with it. As for other games I got recently on the Switch 2, I do have Bayonetta 3. I started it, and I said in one of my previous videos, like, I already know all the horror stories about Bayonetta 3, and I've been putting off playing it because I unfortunately know the story. And I think I'm just gonna wait until they do a Switch 2 upgrade because it's kind of unplayable visually in handheld mode, especially on the Switch 2 when it's still its native handheld resolution on a 1080p screen. It's kind of atrocious in handheld mode, I won't lie. So I've been putting it off, unfortunately. I did get my hands on a physical copy of Bayonetta 1 though. I have a physical copy of 2. I am thinking about looking for a physical copy of 3 just so I can, you know, have them all. But Bayonetta 1, I have physically on the Xbox, and I also played it for the first time on my Steam Deck. I love Bayonetta. It's only really here because it's one of the games I got recently, but I'm actually waiting until it's fall again to play this game because it's just one of those fall games, you know, and I love it. And look at that inside cover. It's gorgeous. Low key, I think Bayonetta might be one of my favorite games. I have a lot of favorite games though, but I think Bayonetta might be kind of up there as one of them. I think anyway. I'm just happy I found a physical copy of 1 because I've been looking around for one, but I really like this game. I can't wait to start it in the fall, and I might even start it soon. To be honest with you, I'm like kind of itching, but I gotta finish the Thousand Year Door first. So that's all the games I really got recently. And I still have my iPod. I've been using it a lot lately when I go out to the gym and stuff. I actually have the CD of the Pink Panthers album that came out recently. I've been listening to this one a lot. I've also been listening to the new Cat's Eye album because I am crazy. This has been on loop a lot recently. I surprisingly really like this album, or this EP, whatever. And it's kind of been on loop, so, you know, there's that. I am very excited to get my GameCube. It is silver. I'm 100% making a video on that when it comes out. I did also recently get a PS3. Now, if you've seen my PlayStation video, you were probably like, you already have a PS3. Yes, but the disc drive actually didn't work on that one. And last month was my boyfriend's birthday. So I got him a PS3 Slim because we don't have a Slim in our collection, and also the Slim actually worked. And it has kind of been like my entertainment center for like everything. Like, I didn't really use our PS5 because, you know, the PS5 was really his, and I played the occasional game on it, but I never really used it for like anything else. The PS3, I've been using for freaking YouTube. I've been using for my CDs. I've been playing on it. I have 2 Project Diva games on the way for it. It's kind of crazy how much I've been using the PS3, but it's been kind of fun because I'm really back in this like nostalgia phase for all my games, obviously. But I've been having a ton of fun, really. I always love when I get back, especially when I'm back in my GameCube phase. I love consuming GameCube anything. I'm really excited to finally have a GameCube. And even though I've been playing my GameCube games on the Wii is like slightly, at least so I've heard, the picture quality on the Wii for GameCube games is ever so slightly less. And I have noticed a pattern when it comes to Nintendo and doing this with backwards compatibility. And I have a bone to pick about this, actually. With the Wii, from what I've seen, it's like not super noticeable, but it's noticeable enough to me because when I play Xbox games on like original Xbox games on my CRT, that shit is sharp. That shit is sharp, right? I can see everything beautifully on the CRT. But when I play GameCube games on the Wii on my CRT, it's like a little bit blurrier than I feel like it should. And at first I thought it's just because it's a CRT, right? Well, I thought that before I put in the Xbox games. And after doing a little bit of research, I found out that obviously playing games through the original GameCube is gonna look pretty good. But if you're playing it through the Wii, it's gonna be a little fuzzy. And if you play through the Wii U, then what the fuck are you doing? It's even fuzzier. And thus, I realized this just keeps happening. Because if you know anything about DS games on the 3DS, it does the same thing. Except I'd argue that it's probably the worst of my examples that I'm about to bring up. The DSi XL, there's my cat. The DSi XL has like such a pixel perfect screen, right? It is like, it's pixel perfect. Like I just said, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. But if you dare put a DS game in a 3DS, that shit is going to look fuzzy. And it's because the screens, even though they're like similar sizes, the resolution is different. So it's gonna be kind of like trying to, not upscale, but at least like, you know, try to match the pixels around. But it can't because they're literally different pixel sizes. And therefore playing a DS game on the 3DS is blurry. It is so blurry. Now, I dealt with it as a kid, right? Because I didn't have multiple consoles to play this shit on. But being me, the way I am now, I do have multiple options. So if I'm ever gonna play a DS game, I'll play it on my DSi XL or on a regular DS. But of course, the general person who is not insane will just have one. And they probably don't even notice and probably assume because it's an older game, it's just a little uglier. You know what I mean? At least I'm pretty sure that's what I assumed when I was little. But and me being the way I am now, I can't stand seeing DS games on a 3DS. It is just it is actually low-key a crime how bad it makes original DS games look. It is crazy. And even though it's a bit of a blurry mess, like, you know, you can still deal with it though. It's like, it's not huge, it's just annoying to me. The Switch 2 does this too, and I don't see many people talking about it. The screen, the tablet screen, obviously bigger, and it's 1080p. The original Switch screen is 720p, and a lot of games on the original Switch even run at like 480 when it's in handheld mode. The resolution was always changing with the original Switch. And playing a game that runs at like 480 on a 1080p screen, especially when it's small, is absolutely atrocious. Now, it doesn't bother me that bad because I don't really want to be switching between my original Switch and my Switch 2, right? Unlike the DS's, it's just not as fun or convenient to do so. So I deal with it, right? It's not bad, but it's so noticeable. To me, it's noticeable. Every Switch 1 game I play that didn't get a Switch 2 upgrade is pixelated. And it's not unplayable, right? I'm not trying to be like, oh, this shit's ass, right? It kind of just feels like you're playing a DS game on a 3DS. It's fuzzy, it's not terrible, you can play it, or is a little pixelated. And because of the art style, like you can kind of get away with it. Like I barely notice it once I'm playing the game for a while. Bayonetta 3 is damn near unplayable. With how pixelated it is, oh my god, I cannot play this game in handheld mode. And the game was already kind of pixelated on a TV, right? That's just kind of how it was. That was the circumstance, really, with Bayonetta 3. But holy hell, I need a Switch 2 upgrade. I cannot play this game. But then I boot up something like Mario Kart World, right? And it is sharp. It is so sharp. I don't see a single pixel on my handheld screen. Same with Mario Odyssey and Fantasy Life. Like they all have their Switch 2 versions, and the Switch 2 versions look great. I can see some pixels in like Animal Crossing. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is a little more pixelated, though weirdly enough that kind of adds to the style of the game, if you know what I mean. Kind of makes it look like it's on a PS2, which is an art style choice, not a graphical choice. I'm not saying the Switch 2 looks like a PS2. Don't come for me. I'm just saying I feel like that's something people should know if you're really picky about that like I am. However, that's kind of all I have to say. That's really all I've been playing recently, and I've still been loving the GameCube NSO controller. This thing is great. But anyway, that's kind of all I got. Thank you for watching this video. If you were eating during this video, I hope your food turned out good. If you were doing chores, I hope you got your chores done. And if you were drawing, I hope your drawings turned out great. I will see you all in the next week. Ooh, I will see you all next week for another video. Bye!